One Man's Family, brought to you, transcribed by Miles Laboratories, makers of Alka-Seltzer, Tabson, and many other fine, dependable pharmaceutical products. Overheard between Henry and Fanny in the library.
Fanny, I think I should include some of this film in Margaret's history of the family.
What film?
The pictures of my knee operation. That was an important event in the lives of the Barbours.
Well, it seems to me that scrapbook is turning out to be yours instead of Margaret's.
So that's how it is with the Barbours today. Mother, Dad, the youngsters, grandmother, granddad, everyone in the family will like to use Bactine. Yes, Bactine, spelled B-A-C-T-I-N-E, is the ideal family antiseptic. This fine new product, developed by Miles Laboratories, can be such a wonderful daily help to you that once you've tried Bactine, you'll wonder how you ever got along without it. For example, here's what Mrs. E. Lundquist of Excelsior, Minnesota writes.
3 bottles of Bactine are a must in our home. 1 in the bathroom, 1 in the kitchen, and 1 on my husband's workbench in the basement. Bactine helps chapped hands and keeps them soft and lovely after dishwashing. And we play it safe and use Bactine on burns, cuts, and abrasions.
Yes, Mrs. Lundquist has discovered the all-purpose possibilities of Bactine. She is delighted. And friends, you will be too. Here is a revolutionary product, an antiseptic that is crystal clear. It does not stain. And, more important, it doesn't hurt nor have a medicine-like odor. Yet it is a powerful germ killer. You notice Mrs. Lundquist says they play it safe and use Bactine on burns, cuts, and abrasions. You will have this same confidence once you try Bactine. And not only is Bactine fine for chapped hands, as Mrs. Lundquist points out, it is also an excellent sanitizer for the sick room to help prevent the spread of infection. But these are just a few of the many helpful ways in which you can use Bactine. Get a 30 or 70-cent size bottle from your druggist and read the descriptive folder that comes with your bottle of Bactine. See for yourself how Bactine can be your daily help to better healthful living. Be sure you ask for B-A-C-T-I-N-E, Bactine. Chapter 12, Book 84. Margaret's scrapbook history of the Barbour family is fast nearing completion. Henry has become so intrigued with the project that he has virtually taken it out of Margaret's hands the past couple of days. Fanny will be glad to see it done. She's getting a bit tired of having the library cluttered with clippings, pictures, and whatnot. This evening, Henry sits at the littered library desk, diligently editing and pasting. Now he holds up some motion picture film to the light.
Yes. I think a portion of this operation film should be put into Margaret's book, don't you, Fanny?
What in it?
When they operated on my knee, they took motion pictures.
I know, Henry. What about it?
Well, don't you think it would be worthwhile to preserve a record of the event? Now, I could clip off a few frames and paste them in here. Now, look. Right here is a very interesting sequence. See, Fanny?
It isn't very clear. You can make out it's somebody's knee, and that's about all.
Let me get it closer to the light. Now, there. Now you can see the doctor's hand, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That was a very delicate operation. Here it is. I'll just cut out this little section and put it in. After all, it was an important event in the lives of the Barbours. Touch and go there for some time, whether I'd be a cripple for life. Huh? Don't you think it should be included?
Well, it's Margaret's scrapbook. Why don't you ask her about it?
Oh, she'll be glad I thought of it, I'm sure. You don't seem very interested.
Of course I am, Henry. But I can't go into ecstasies every time you show me something new you've decided to put in.
Oh, yes.
Hi.
Oh, Paul.
Well, I see you're still hard at it, Dad.
You're going out?
Yeah, I'm going over to see Nicolette for a while.
Oh, that's nice.
What's this? Picture of Pinky in uniform?
Isn't it nice? He's got such a sweet smile.
When'd you get this?
Hazel got several photographs from him today, and she brought this one over so we can put it in Margaret's book. We're dedicating it to him, you know.
Yeah, I think that's very nice. Might lift his morale a bit.
His morale?
Well, I was thinking about his disappointment not getting to see Hazel and Cliff when they went down to San Diego.
Oh, he was heart-sick about that.
What happened?
Hazel just had a short note from him. Seems they put him on some kind of extra duty or something.
Extra duty?
Well, the Navy knows what it's doing, and a little discipline will be the best thing in the world for that boy.
Does extra duty mean he's being disciplined, Paul?
Well, I'm not a Navy man, Mom, but I would guess that was the situation.
In any case, the boy has proved himself, and I admire him for the spunk and determination that he has shown. And I think it's only a question of time before we'll all be proud of him.
Why, Henry, we're all proud of him right now.
What I meant was that he's got the spirit and pluck to become a leader. Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they made an officer of him. Every barber who's ever been in the service has ended up an officer. And Pinky is the barber. Don't forget that.
Well, there have been times when you would have liked to forget it, Dad.
Yes, Henry. You sang quite a different tune when he got into all that trouble and flunked out of college.
Oh, huh?
Well, it's okay, Dad. We're just giving you a slight rib, as Cliff would say.
Where is Clifford, Paul? Is he up in his room?
Yeah, I looked in on him for a minute when I came down. He's sitting up there looking at his television set.
Yes.
Felt sort of sorry for him. I asked him why he didn't come down here where he'd have some company, and he said he wanted to get some use out of his television set before he lost it the way he did his car.
Huh?
Oh, dear.
I'm afraid all Cliff's creditors are beginning to close in on him.
Yes. The day of reckoning was bound to come. I warned him about buying so many things on time.
Well, if he loses his television right on top of losing his car, it'll be just too much. Henry, we simply can't let him have any more blows to his pride. Paul, would you go up and tell him to come down here? Tell him his father wants to speak to him.
Yeah, okay. Sure, Mom.
Fanny, what is it you want me to say to the boy?
Well, I think you should tell him you're going to help out financially. After all, he's been trying to get a job.
Well, it isn't that I don't want to help Clifford, my dear. It's a question of what is best for him. If I assume these obligations, it may make him that much more dependent.
Oh, I know, Henry, but I can't stand to have him so worried and humiliated.
Yes.
Might help him to get some encouragement.
I've been encouraging him in every way I knew how.
Well, it won't hurt to give him some more. You have a friendly, fatherly talk. You can be so sympathetic when you want to be. And he's so anxious for your approval.
Anyway, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you. I'll get out so you can talk it over alone.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary.
Well, it'll be less embarrassing. Here they come.
Well, I arranged to tear Cliff away from his television.
Yeah, I'm not missing anything. It's pretty dull. Paul said you wanted to see me, Dad.
Yeah.
Sit down, Clifford.
Well, I've got to go, if you'll excuse me. I'll see you later. Good night.
Night, Paul.
Good night, Paul.
Good night.
He's going over to Jack's to see Nicolette, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been seeing much of her lately.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what was it you wanted to talk to me about, Dad?
Huh?
Your father would like to discuss some things alone with you, Clifford. I have to go upstairs anyway.
Okay, Ma.
I'll be down later, Henry.
Very well. Clifford, your financial situation is a bit precarious at the moment, I presume.
Well, you're talking about my losing the car, Dad. It was just one of those things, that's all. I got in over my head, and I'll just have to take my medicine, I guess. I realize it's rough on you to see the fix I'm in right now, but I'm doing my level best to get some kind of work.
Yes, I know that, my boy. And it's not my purpose to blame you for something that has already happened. This discussion is for the purpose of seeing what we can do to help you straighten out your affairs.
Oh.
I understand you have obligations that are giving you concern. Payments on your television and so forth.
Yeah, it's no use denying it, Dad. They'll be repossessing the TV set. A lot of other stuff I bought. I'm behind in my payments on just about everything now.
Yes. Just how much do you owe altogether?
Well, counting everything, it's several $100.
Yeah. Now, when Emmett Harper and I sold that real estate business, we made a small profit, as I think I told you.
Yeah, but I don't want to borrow any more from you, Dad. If I was working, it'd be different.
Well, I'm not speaking of a loan. This profit I made is rightfully yours.
Oh, what?
I would never have made it if I hadn't bought the business for you. So, I'm going to turn over to you the sum of $980, which was my share of the profit. Will that get you in the clear?
Gosh, Dad, I don't know what to say. That's such a swell thing for you to do. You're just about the greatest, that's all.
Yeah. Now, suppose we go over your indebtedness, item by item, and see if this will do.
Oh, it'll put me in great shape.
Very well. Now, what do you owe on the television?
$390.
Yeah, I'll write them down so we can see exactly. $390.
$125 to Paul. Oh, I sure will be glad to pay him off. He's been so darn good about lending me dough. And there's one guy who never gives you any worry anyhow, Dad.
I worry at times that he's not as happy as he should be. I wish that he and Nicolette could somehow see that marriage was the only possible solution for them both.
Well, at least he's starting to see her again. That's something.
Yeah.
He's with her right now. Maybe that's an encouraging sign.
And now Father Barbour is taking Margaret's scrapbook right out of her hand. Is that it?
Well, that's about the size of it, Nicolette. I understand that Margaret has given him the official title of assistant editor, but she'd better watch out. The assistant is fast becoming the chief.
Father Barbour is so amusing when he gets absorbed in something. When he sets out to do anything, he seems to dedicate himself to it.
Yeah, be it real estate, gardening, or family histories.
Well, I can understand his interest in Margaret's book. After all, you Barbours do have a colorful past and present.
And the future?
Oh, I'm sure that will be interesting, too. But that we will have to wait for.
Yes. And perhaps it's fortunate that we can't know what lies ahead for us all.
Oh, but we can, in some measure, help to determine our futures by the decisions we make.
How much simpler life would be if we could know ahead of time what were the right decisions.
Well, but since we cannot, we must do what our judgment tells us is best. And then hope that is right. That is what I am doing now, Paul. Hoping that I am not making a mistake about my future. You see, I have decided to leave San Francisco.
Oh? Where are you going?
Well, that's not settled yet. Abroad, very likely.
When would you leave?
Well, that will depend on my orders. Very soon, probably. I believe they're investigating me now.
Investigating?
Yes, if this goes through, I'll be working for the State Department. They want me because I speak several languages. It is a great opportunity. I don't want to let it go by, and... Too, I think it will be better if I leave here. Better for everybody. Except perhaps Jack and Betty. I have not told them that I am going yet. I thought I would wait until I was absolutely sure. But I did want you to know, Paul.
Yes.
Do you not think I am making a wise decision?
I suppose it is for you. Right now, I'm afraid I'm thinking about myself and how much I shall miss you.
The Barbours will be back in just a moment. Do you sometimes suffer from the discomfort of acid indigestion? Well, remember, Alka-Seltzer can give welcome relief from acid indigestion distress. Just drop 1 or 2 Alka-Seltzer tablets into a glass of water, watch while it fizzes and dissolves, then drink the sparkling, refreshing solution. See how fast Alka-Seltzer can relieve the distress of acid indigestion, because it acts so quickly to reduce excess gastric acidity. Remember Alka-Seltzer for relief from acid indigestion. Alka-Seltzer will be first with you because it helps you feel better fast. Always keep Alka-Seltzer handy. Ask your druggist for Alka-Seltzer. First, fast, and always. Here's the family again.
Hey, Paul, I've been waiting for you to get home. I got some great news.
I'll see you tomorrow, Cliff. I'm going to bed.
What's the matter? Is there something wrong?
No, I'm just tired. Terribly tired, that's all.
Remember, friends, to get the new family antiseptic, Bactine, from your druggist. That's B-A-C-T-I-N-E, Bactine. Read the descriptive folder that comes with it. Find out the many ways in which you and your family can benefit every day from having Bactine handy to use. It is truly a different germ killer that has not 1 or 2, but many different uses in every home. There's never been anything exactly like Bactine. You'll never believe any product can offer so much until you try it. Get Bactine from your druggist right away. Help protect your family's health for just a few cents. B-A-C-T-I-N-E, Bactine. One Man's Family is brought to you every weekday night at this time, transcribed by Miles Laboratories, makers of Alka-Seltzer. Tomorrow, Clifford Pays His Debts, Chapter 13, Book 84. This is a Carlton E. Morse production, directed by Michael Raffetto.